Yeah, I love that.
Ooh, I wanted to point out, as she was performing, I realized, so not only is this an open mic, right? We covered that at the beginning, but a really good thing to acknowledge is that tons of people who are doing this, their stand-up up here, also are not native English speakers, but they're performing in English. How fucking brave is that? Give a cheer for everyone just performing not in their first language. It takes balls, for sure, or whatever.
Speaking of, our next comedian does not have that excuse. Next comedian is also someone from the class here, and Edward Howe is his name. Yeah, and shall we just give him a big introduction?
Yeah, make some noise for Edward!
Like the graduation ceremony.
That is true, yeah. You sign the thing, I'll hand it over.
Am I allowed to adjust this? Of
course you can.
It's louder. Can I use that stand?
Yeah.
It's louder than one. Just so you can hear me, I suppose. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to talk about the BDSM thing as well, like the first gentleman. I've got a bit of a different take on it. I think we're all a little bit aware of the kink scene in a basic sense. It's a type of sex culture. You have this focus on consensual, non-traditional, power dynamic-driven sexual practices. The focus of what I'm going to talk about is the idea of the dominant or the submissive. This is one of the fundamental aspects of the BDSM thing. And once you find people to think about, if you haven't before, whether you would be a submissive or a dominant person in the bedroom or in this role. And the silence is obviously indicative of potentially your power. So maybe you're a dominant person, or maybe you are submissive, I'm not sure. But you might see my confusion with the whole situation. I elected to be a dominant character, dominant role, with one of my let's call her Missy Sub, right? And with Missy Sub, I'm not sure where I took the role officially. I remember a vague conversation in one of the first dates with Missy, and I do recall picking dominant, but I thought it was more of a philosophical question if you had to pick one. Missy was already a self-proclaimed submissive, so there wasn't a lot of options left for me. I remember in conversation I was like, so you're submissive, I guess that probably most likely makes me dominant? I mean, I know with certainty and confidence, Missy Sub, that I am the dominant role in this. And luckily, I was a natural in some respects. I could take control when needed. My submissive part of the Missy Sub would ask my permission to do something, and sometimes I would give permission, and sometimes I wouldn't. This is the power of the dominant role. I was to a certain degree able to direct the scene, set a schedule and so forth, dictate the general lifestyle and atmosphere. I would say, for example, today, Missy Sub, we are only going to do wholesome things. Do you agree? Missy Sub would say, I agree, Master. And I would say, what a surprise. And I thought things were going well, but unbeknownst to me, I was failing in one department, the bedroom. After a couple of sessions of coitus, not coyotes, couple of sessions of coitus, she started to suspect my true potential of being a true controlled psychopath in the bedroom. I was not delivering the physical pain pleasure that she was accustomed to. I was failing to hurt her. There was not enough strangulation, spanking. There was no punching or kicking. And I don't see how that's practical, but there was no weird torch instruments. So she broke it off on the phone. I know. taking permissions left, right, and centre. The dominant submissive arrangement completely went out the window. I was no longer in control. You know, she was like, the kink, she was on the phone, the kink lifestyle is important to me, and I need you to fulfill every aspect, and I don't think I should have to settle. And this was confusing to me because I thought I decided everything about what she felt and thought and was thinking as the dominant role. I had to take the phone call in a public place by a children's playground in the middle of town in a busy area, so I had to shout, "Just give me one more chance, I know I can beat the crap out of you." And I think, you know, erotic asphyxiation was her thing, so I was like, "Darling, babe, I will strangle you until your eyes pop out, please just give me one more opportunity to hurt you." But I think the moral of the story really is you shouldn't end any relationships too quickly, because I could have given her the most romantic night of her life. So, yeah. Have I got any time left? Thank you. Thanks to Shapiro and thanks to my new comedy colleagues.
That was the most academic feeling discussion about BDSM I've ever witnessed in my entire. I feel like we all just got a PhD in BDSM.
Yeah, indeed. It's really, we've touched upon the whole taboo, and yet, yeah, it's exciting. There's a tension in the room. I'm loving it.